Have you ever worked from home? Would you like to? And is teleworking normal in your country? In this video, we'll be looking at some extended Band 9 model answers to these and other questions. So please join me. Hello there, David from IELTS Teacher 365 here. In this video, I'm going to be giving you some fantastic extended Band 9 model answers on the topic of home working, teleworking, working remotely, or whatever you want to call it. Remember, to get the most out of this video, pay attention to the language I use and my native speaker pronunciation. So, if you're ready, let's get started. Question 1. Have you ever worked from home? No, I haven't. I have to go to the office every day. No, I haven't. I have to go to my place of work every day. Yes, sometimes. Where I work, you can request to work from home from time to time, but you usually have to provide your boss with a good reason. Well, I'm still studying actually, and so I haven't had the opportunity to work from home yet. Well, actually, I'm still studying, and so I haven't entered the workplace and had the opportunity to work either in an office or from home. Yes, I have. In my company, we're allowed to work from home 2 or 3 days a week if necessary, and sometimes I do. But if you want to, you can go into the office every day. Well, I'm a freelancer, and so I always work from home. If I need to speak to a client, then I can do it via email or through video conferencing. Well, I have a fixed job with a software company, but when I was hired, I was told that it was a home working position. I do go into the office occasionally when we have an important meeting with a client. Well, in my case, it's not possible. I'm a dentist, and so I need to go to my practice every day in order to see my patients. I work in the hospitality sector, and so it's not possible for me to telework. I need to be in the restaurant taking orders and serving customers. Question 2. Would you like to work from home? Well, where I work, it's against company policy to work from home, so staff don't even bother asking their bosses. However, when you're off sick, many people continue to read and reply to emails and even answer calls, me included. Well, I'm a freelancer, and so my home is already my office. I've been working like this for about 5 years now, and I'm very used to it. For me, it works pretty well because I have a set routine every day. In my opinion, this is extremely important if you want to get projects finished on time. When I first started teleworking, I wasn't very disciplined and everything took longer to complete. The truth is, I'm not that keen on the idea. I live in a small apartment, and so I don't really have the space to set up a home office where I could work comfortably. And to be honest, I prefer to have a clear distinction between the workplace and the home. I'd appreciate my apartment much less if I worked there all day. Well, I'm a primary school teacher, and during the COVID pandemic, I had to do some online classes from home. The school where I worked was closed for a fortnight. But to be honest, I didn't really enjoy the experience. When you teach young children, I think it's essential to be in the classroom with them. And that's where I'd prefer to be, at the school working. I guess what I'd like most is to have the choice. I mean, work from home when it suits me, and from the office the rest of the time. The truth is, I enjoy being in the workplace with my colleagues, and I wouldn't want to give that up completely. For me, the social aspect of work and being part of a team is really important. Video conferencing doesn't replace that, in my opinion. Well, actually, I already have the freedom to work from home if I want to. In my case, I usually go into the office 2 or 3 days a week to attend important meetings, and I work at home the rest of the time. And I have to say I'm pretty happy with the arrangement, I have a good work-life balance, and I definitely wouldn't want to go back to working full-time in the office. To be honest, not really. I think there are far too many people living in my house for me to be able to concentrate and do my work properly. And it wouldn't be fair on everyone else if they had to change their habits and routines at home just to accommodate me. So for the time being, the office is the best place for me to get my work done efficiently and on time. Question 3. What kind of jobs are suitable for teleworking? Well, I work as an accountant, providing my services to a range of clients, and for me, my home is also my office. I know for a fact that more and more people in my profession are teleworking nowadays. In the past, I rented business premises, and now, working from home, I'm saving a considerable amount of money. Well, I'd have to say creative jobs, for example, illustrators, web designers, writers, video production experts. The list goes on, really. My company often works with freelancers in these areas, and the vast majority of them are working from home. I think setting up a good workspace there has never been easier for them. Well, in my country, I'd say most IT jobs can be done from home, either partially or full-time, because it's easy for people in this industry to connect to their own office network. You only need a reliable internet connection and a laptop or tablet. Also, these industries invest a lot of money to make home working viable. Definitely jobs like project management and consultancy work. I have many friends in these professions, and most of them are home-based and have been for a number of years now. They do have to go out occasionally to visit clients to discuss new projects and progress on existing ones, but I think all the real work gets done from the comfort of their own home. I'd say perhaps most office workers can do their work from home nowadays, providing they have access to their email and the company IT system or database. A lot of these jobs don't involve much or any face-to-face communication, either with co-workers or clients. It's all done by email, so it doesn't really matter where you work from. Question 4. What kind of jobs are not suitable for telework? Well, I'd definitely say people working in agriculture, farmers and farm workers, looking after the animals and harvesting the crops, and also construction workers. You need a wide variety of people like bricklayers, plumbers and electricians, all working on site to get the job done. Manual jobs, I suppose. For example, anyone who delivers things to individuals, shops or companies. You need to drive there in a van, unload the goods, and make sure they're delivered to the right person. The same is true if you're ordering food, like pizza. Someone needs to pick it up from the restaurant, take it to your house, deliver it, and collect payment. I suppose people who work for the emergency services, like firefighters, the police, and ambulance drivers. If there's a road accident, a fire, or a crime has been committed, then these people need to move to the place where it's happened or is happening in order to be able to do their job. Otherwise, they can't help anyone. I'd say people who work in the area of hospitality, in places like hotels, restaurants, and bars. In this sector, your customers come to your business premises, and so you need staff there to be able to assist them and to serve them. And customer service is an extremely important part of your business if you want to do well and succeed. I guess any kind of job that requires face-to-face contact, for example, medical assessment. This would include people like doctors, nurses, dentists, opticians, and other similar kinds of work. They need to be able to physically examine the patient in order to carry out their job properly. I suppose any kind of job that requires you using dangerous substances or having special equipment, neither of which is suitable to have in your home. This would be for safety reasons, I guess. For example, if you work with chemicals, you need a special room for storage and for handling them. Question 5. Do many people work from home in your country? Yes, I'd say so. In my country, many people work freelance, so they don't belong to one particular company. They do different projects for a wide variety of clients from the comfort of their own homes. And freelancers often earn more money, and so more and more people are becoming attracted to this kind of work. I think in my country, working from home is not widely accepted by most companies. Bosses prefer to see their employees in the workplace. But I think with the COVID-19 pandemic, workers have shown that they can get the job done from their homes, provided they have the right tools for the job. For example, a good internet connection, a laptop, a tablet, or a smartphone. Well, in my country, the number of people working from home is definitely increasing every year. I think companies have realized they can avoid spending huge amounts of money on expensive offices if they do this. And the workers are happier as well. They don't have to spend hours commuting every day. I think it very much depends on what sector you work in. For example, in my country, the vast majority of IT jobs involve home working. And this could be 2 or 3 days a week working remotely or doing it full time. I think with today's technology, it's as easy to work from home as it is to be in the office. I think it depends very much on what part of the country you live in. People from rural areas often have very little opportunity to telework because of the type of employment found there, such as agriculture, fishing, or manual labour. However, most white-collar workers are employed in our big cities, and an ever-increasing number of them are working remotely. Question 6. Why do you think some companies are against teleworking? I guess some companies are very traditional in the way they're run. For them, it's like, this is the way we've always done things and it works. They're scared of changing something that is bringing them good results. However, I think this is a bit short-sighted as they may struggle to get the best talent as we move towards a more teleworking society. Maybe because they don't perceive any immediate benefit from it. Some bosses probably imagine it's going to cost the company a lot of money in terms of IT equipment, video conferencing software, and so on, and are not willing to make the initial investment. And there's also the question of who pays for electricity and the internet connection in each worker's home, the company or the individual. I suppose in some companies it comes down to a question of trust. Employers may be worried about how productive their workers are at home, unsupervised. Are they just sat on the sofa in their pajamas watching TV all day? I think most employees are responsible and committed to their companies, but there's bound to be some people who take advantage of working from home. Well, perhaps it's because they think that the best way to improve communication and teamwork is by having their people in the same place. But I think there are enough successful companies who've adopted teleworking to demonstrate that this isn't necessarily the case. Maybe they just don't know how to implement an effective home working policy. So there you have it, some great ideas and language for you to use on the topic of home working. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and feel free to leave a comment down below. And remember, click subscribe and the bell below so that you never miss the opportunity to improve your English and your IELTS bound score. I'm David, thanks for watching. Remember, keep practicing and I'll see you next time.